The neon signs bleed through the blinds, painting the floor in red, a rookie badge pinned to my coat, and a classic blues tune in my head. They call me Bellbottom, new to the beat, but I know how the city sings. I know how the darkest, rain-slick streets can pull at a person's strings. The call came in at the midnight hour. The music had died in the room. A powerhouse couple, the kings of the stage, now wrapped in a sudden gloom. Two golden voices that ruled the nights, harmonizing in love and pride. But the song was cut short by a killer's hand, and the husband was left inside. She stood by the piano, the grieving queen. Her melody turned to a cry. The spotlight was gone, the cameras were blurred with a lingering question, why? He was her partner, her heart, her duet, now a ghost in a tragic refrain. And it's up to my eyes to sift through the lies and figure out who dealt the pain. Morning hits the precinct floor, hot coffee in my cup. Telephones ringing, typists clicking, the city waking up. Desk piled high with mugshots, files, and half-baked lead reports. But my mind still locked on the singer's widow, waiting on the courts. I grab my notebook. I step onto the sidewalk, looking for anyone who knew the pair. But I don't even have to ask. The truth is already in the air. People start yelling as I walk past, throwing words right at my face. Mouths running wild across the block, echoing through the place. You looking for a monster, Belle? A vendor screams out loud. I go to the vendor and the vendor explains. Belle, I know the story of the band that played So Sweet Me and the killer used to be friends. But me and him don't really get along well. A husband and his darling wife, the rhythm of the street. They sang in total harmony, a couple made of gold, until a brown-eyed devil came with jealousy so cold. He watched them from the crowd each night, his hatred burning bright. He couldn't stand their music or the way they held the night. So he bought a black hat to hide the wicked shape within. He stepped up to the stage right when the final chord was struck, pulled a pistol from that coat and ended all their luck. He shot the husband dead right there before the crowd could scream, and vanished in the dark, destroying love and song and dream. The vendor also told me he traded me that black hat just an hour after the crime so he'd blend in with the time. So take this dark, black hat, Belle. It still bears gunsmoke gray. It belongs to the jealous man who took the music all away. I knew I couldn't do this alone, as sharp as my instincts were. A tangled web like this needed double the eyes and twice the grit. It's been 2 weeks into this nightmare. And in all my 3 years of being a detective, I have never come across a crime this hard to figure out. The leads were running dry, the streets were dead quiet, and every clue felt like a dead end. My partner in crime was off on vacation, and I couldn't wait for him to get back, Detective Ford. When he finally returned and stepped back onto the beat with me, everything started to fall into place. We asked almost everyone around the city for clues. We've been driving around pounding the pavement day and night, but nothing clicked. It wasn't until another week later, buried under mountains of paperwork records, that the real clues finally came to light. 2 weeks of chasing phantom threads, 2 weeks of standing still. In all my 3 years on the beat, no case had been this chill. A crime so twisted, dark, and deep, I hit a brick wall stone, and hated every single minute working it alone. We tracked the killer through his paper trail. Victor Vance was the name of the killer, and me and Ford drove to his new house at the waterfront, through the peaceful breeze from the outside. And the inside where Victor had his final laugh out loud moment as he sits comfortably on his couch watching a late-night satire until it was over. Detective Ford and I and a bunch of cops had broke into Victor's new house. Victor knew his song was over, as the police chief had angrily announced. Victor Vance, you are under arrested. You have the right to remain silent in the court of law. The police chief quickly handcuffed Victor and had put him in the back of the police paddy wagon to get Victor transported to the main jail until his court hearing. The band would sing No More as two, but justice served its call when me and Detective Ford made the killer fall. When the job was completed, it was time for me and Ford to go home. Me and Ford had clocked out of our shifts, and after work, me and Ford has something very special planned out.
Hey, Bellbottom. I'm so glad you drove me here. My car has been in the shop since I got back.
Anytime, Ford. You have my back since day one. I've owed you.
Well, I'm gonna always have your back, Belle. We're dynamic duos.
Look like this show is about to start.
A little different than all the rest. I'm quite old-fashioned where I had sometimes played chess. And when I'm out, I'm looking for that vintage fling. But all complexions that I adore, so hard to find, these seem impossible to score. So I dream on to someday find that vintage love. I kept on looking, but everyone's such a bore. And out of a sudden, you came through the door. At the next table, your whiskey neat. The lights were dimmed as our eyes met and you saw me. And forevermore, I like to share that vintage stream. Your whiskey neat. The lights were dimmed as our eyes met and you saw me.